First of all, what do you make of the pattern we've seen? Like I mentioned, it's pretty much a trading pattern now.
Topsy-turvy, movement of the market. We would continue to see this trend in the weeks ahead. Of course, we have forensic auditing of events at the stock exchange. I think investors are going to wait for the outcome of that audit to see the financial position of the exchange to determine how they are going to be able to wriggle their way, through this storming period. Corporate actions are not really taking. Investors are not really looking at the results. The results. Some of the results are not even coming out timely. So NSE is working on a lot of all that, and we have seen increasing participation in the bond market. I think that is where the institutional investors we keep looking at. For now, interim results and corporate actions will not be the driver for the market, and of course, AMCON is coming on. The full year results that we're expecting is from Guinness and Fitzin, that's with their year end being June 2010. So, apart from that, most of the banks have released their half-year results. So, we've seen there is not going to be much activity between now and the end of the third quarter. So probably we would begin to see much activity towards the end of the year. But for now, we're going to be seeing, just speculative investment. And then, but AMCON has to kick up.
Right, you're absolutely right. AMCON is one of the things that most investors are waiting for. And you just pick up on the point you mentioned about the audit going on at this NSE. Obviously, there are huge expectations from investors on that front. The interim head of the NSE was on CNBC earlier today, just trying to reassure investors about what's going on there. What do you think is most critical in terms of the things we need him to do right away? Because obviously one of the issues is release of results, which you just mentioned.
Yes, as analysts, we place a huge premium on financials, the credibility, the reliability, and the timeliness. Very key in terms of data. We saw the National Bureau of Statistics reviewing the inflation rate in the last few months. It really affected ratings on some investments like fixed income securities. So on the NSE now, the sanctions that will be placed on companies that do air when results should be released immediately. For the audited results should be released at most 3 months after the year end. But we need the NSE to enforce these measures. Stricter punitive measures should be taken for companies that do not release the results timely. And the standard, the National Accounting Standard Board, the Board of Accounting in Nigeria, they should really be able to vet some of these results. The disclosure should be full. I know the banks have changed their approach towards release of these financials. So the incubator, the administrator, should be able to work on the credibility of this result, and it must come out at the right time. Whenever you have delay in the result, then something is wrong in the company, and of course, it should analysts should downgrade some of these companies that are delaying the releasing of their financials.
All right, thank you very much. And just to wrap up, it's been a very quiet earnings season, but what are your expectations for next week?
Well, the market news and sentiment with regards to some stocks would be the outplay next week. For now, the outlook is just cloudy for now. It could go either way. It's going to be really a tough call to really say where the market is going. But I can see.
What's your bias, up or down next week, given where we've closed this week?
You look at the graph for this week, you see, a sort of wave. So that may still continue, next week. I expect a topsy-turvy, trend in the market.